Hello and welcome to Dayspace Online. I'm Thalia from Caterham and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for you guys. We're going to be doing a bit of napkin folding, not as boring as it sounds. I'm going to show you how to make a fan, a bird and a water lily out of either a paper napkin if you have one at home, or a good old-fashioned proper fabric-y one. And this is such a fun task to do either on your own or with a group, or if you are stuck at home right now and not going out for dinner, obviously. These are really fun ideas to kind of brighten up the table. We're going to start with the bird, and for this one you need a big glass and you'll need your napkin because the bird's going to sit in the glass. Ooh. So what you do first with this is completely fold out your napkin like so, and then you're going to fold it in half but diagonally, so you're making a big triangle, and try and get it as neat as possible along each edge, just like that. So that's step number one. Step number two, you're going to flip it over and do the tightest roll you can with your fingers. So you're rolling it up like this with your fingers as tight as you can until there's about a 3 or 4 inches of triangle left. So it should look a bit like that. Then this is the moment you get your glass and you put, with the middle of your fingers, push you up a little bit, there you go, with the middle of your fingers you push the bird into the glass and you carefully pick out the remaining bits, and these become his wings in the glass like that, and they become his wings, which you can, oh, it does jump out at you a little bit. Actually, I'm going to fold mine and make my wings a little bit bigger. There you go. And the idea is that you fold out the wings and they sit on either side of the glass, a bit like that. So now all you've got to do is decide which end is going to be your beak and which end is going to be your tail. So I think I'm going to go for beak this end, tail this end. So for the beak, I am just going to open it out really gently, because this is a paper napkin so it can easily just break on you, rip as it were, and I'm going to fold it just like that. Just fold it down a bit, hold it there, and then it will stick out like a beak. Ta-da! And then for the tail, I am again just going to gently, actually I'm going to gently tear down just to create a bit of a wider effect at the tail. So I'm going to try and undo a little bit of my roll, not too much, just undo a little bit of my roll to make it look like a tail at the end. So, and there you go. Oh, stay still. And there you go. There's your little bird. So the next one we're going to do is a water lily. So again, you start with a napkin folded out to its full potential like that, and then you start by folding each little square into the middle like that, and try and be as precise as you can with your folding. So you want them to all kind of meet but not overlap. So it's quite tricky work. You've got to have a bit of patience for this, I think. So if you're not a patient person, this may not be the task for you. And it's okay if they don't completely match, because most of the time these paper napkins aren't exactly square. So you should end up with something like that, and then you're going to fold these 4 corners into the middle again. So you're going to repeat the process basically to make an even smaller square. Like that. And last one. There we go. And then I'm just going to run my finger along each of the creases just to make sure they are folded properly. And then you've got to quickly flip the whole thing over. Very carefully flip the whole thing over and make sure that none of the folds have fallen out. And then, guess what? We're going to do it again. So I'm going to put each of these 4 corners, fold them into the middle really gently this time, and push down quite hard to make sure that the crease holds while you are doing the other 4. To make sure the napkin has received its instruction from you. Oh, there we go. You'll start to see the folds of the bit we did before come through. It's always the last one that's the hardest, isn't it? Right, there we go. So now we've done that, you want to place one of your fingers, hold a finger in the middle like that, and with your other hand gently, gently, gently peel out the corner from underneath and push your thumb like that and flip it so it becomes like a petal. So I'll show you that. So I pulled up the corner a little bit, found the flap from the folding we did earlier, pulled the flap up, and then pushed my thumb through the flap to kind of make a petal folding over another petal. So I'm just going to do the same with the other 2. Oh, it's always the last one that's the trickiest. What is going on? There we go. And there you have your own little napkin water lily. Last but not least, we're going to make a little fan that we can also put into a glass, much like we did with the bird. So what you are going to need to begin with is the napkin, but basically as it came out the package, so you're going to need it to start with like this. So just as you get it out of the packet, and then we're going to make a corsetina. So basically that means that we want to make one fold of about ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch maybe, and then you flip it and fold it back the other way, and you just repeat that process until the whole napkin is folded. So I'm just flipping it one way, trying to make them as even as possible, she says, and flip it the other way like that. Once you've done that, give it a good old press to make sure the folds stay. So then, once you've done this, you've got your folded napkin. Aim for at least seven folds in it. You then want to choose an end and fold it up about 1 inch and really squeeze it there. Squeeze that, squeeze that. And then you can flitter out all of these little bits here to make your fan, and then you simply place it in your glass. This glass is a bit too big, but if it was a normal water glass it would fit perfectly. So it will fit something like that, and then you have a little fan sitting in your glass. Ta-da! I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please send loads of pictures of you trying to do this into us at Dayspace Online. We'd love to see what you guys are getting up to. Bye!